Hi and welcome to today's SPAG lesson on the future tense. First, let's have a quick recap on what past, present and future tense is. So past is when writing about something that has happened in the past, like I went to the doctor's. Present is when something is happening at the moment, like I am at the doctor's. And future is when writing about something that hasn't happened yet. I will be going to the doctor's. So the future tense can be divided up into 4 different forms. We have future simple, future continuous, or also known as progressive, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. Let's start with future simple. So this is used to describe events that will take place, about things that haven't happened yet and will be completed. So in my examples here, I've got I will bake at 2 o'clock and tomorrow Lily is going to work from home. And the structure for the future simple is will and the verb, or like in the second example, we've got am is are and the going to plus the verb. Let's have a look at the future continuous, also known as future progressive. And this is for an activity that will happen in the future and will continue for an expected amount of time. Remember, this is in contrast to the future simple, which is for a future event that is expected to be completed or will end. For example, with the future continuous, I will be baking a cake this evening, or Lily will be working from home tomorrow. These both show that these events have a duration. They will continue on for an expected amount of time. And the way that we structure this is we use the will be and the ing verb. Okay, so let's have a look at the future perfect. Now, this is used to signify an event that will be completed before another event takes place. So let's have a look at 2 examples here. We've got I will have baked lots of loaves before the shop opens, and Lily will have finished her work this afternoon before her children get home at 4 o'clock. So you can clearly see that there are 2 events taking place in these sentences. So both sentences are bound. They will happen in the future before a specified event. And the structure for this is will have and the verb. Now we're going to look at future perfect continuous, also known as future perfect progressive. And this is used to describe events which continue up to a point in the future. So for example, by 5 o'clock I will have been baking for 4 hours, or in October Lily will have been working from home for 6 years. When we describe an action in the future perfect continuous, we're projecting ourselves forward in time. We're looking back on an activity. So the event will have happened sometime in the past, present or future and will continue on into the future. And the structure for this will be will have been and the ing verb, or am is are plus going to have been and the ing verb. So let's have a quick recap then on the future tense. Future simple is used to describe events which will take place in the future and will be completed. And the structure is will plus the verb, or am is are and going to plus the verb. Future continuous is used to describe events which will happen in the future and will be continued for an expected amount of time, with the structure will be and the ing verb. Future perfect is used to describe events which will be finished before another event takes place, and the structure is will have and the verb. And future perfect continuous is used to describe events which continue up to a point in the future, and the structure will have been plus the ing verb, or am is are plus going to have been and the ing verb. Now for a quick quiz to see how much you've remembered. Pause the video and see if you can work them out. Right, let's see how you got on. Here are the answers. How did you get on? Don't worry if you've got a few wrong. You can always go back over the video and redo the quiz. I hope you found that useful, and don't forget to watch the others in the series on past and present tense.